What's going on, guys? Samuel the Views here, back in another personal video of mine. And before I get into this video, I just want to say thank you for everyone that have loved my previous personal video that I did about my history, my depression, anxiety. That was definitely a very tough video to do, but I'm very happy that I did it. And I actually wasn't thinking of actually doing this, and kind of similar to that. But I actually wasn't thinking of doing this video. But this one case where I just randomly thought of it, and I was like, but in this case though, the last video was kind of inspired by a couple of videos. This one I randomly thought about it, and I thought, why not talk about it? And I think I mentioned this kind of briefly in my history of depression video, and that's I'm going to talk about my personal history with emotional outbursts. This is something that I personally have always struggled with, not just for the last few years, but throughout my entire life. Basically, there are a lot of times in my personal life where basically I would end up getting upset, getting emotional, getting like, oh my god, like, and yelling and screaming. Sometimes it could be over the simplest stuff, like being told not to do stuff, like, or not getting sure and all that. And sometimes it can end up being a big thing, and I would end up like exploding emotionally, like where I scream or yell or get pretty emotional. Like that was something I've always struggled with throughout my entire life, something I've always dealt with throughout my life. And sometimes, and there are times honestly I really couldn't control it honestly, like it just kind of happens, like sometimes I don't end up doing it on purpose, or I just end up feeling this way. I'm not against like too much detail on some situations that happen like from emotional outbursts I've done, but sometimes they have happened either if I might have said something wrong that I wasn't supposed to, I did something I wasn't supposed to, and then I end up reacting to what I did. I ended up crying, screaming, tears would come in my eyes and all that, and I would just scream and yell at the top of my lungs. Whether it's my brother or to my parents, like, it was actually pretty serious. Sometimes it actually even scared me, honestly. And I was honestly very worried about that. And again, I don't know if I mentioned my emotional outburst in my history, my anxiety, depression video, but that was kind of an issue I definitely dealt with involving that. Kind of similar to my anxiety, depression, my emotional outburst would make me think that I was a terrible person, and there have been a few times actually my parents told me that they were even afraid to talk to me because I would get upset. That actually scared me, and sometimes I actually will still get worried that they will still be thinking that way of me. I mean, it's not as often now, thankfully, but occasionally I would feel that way, even though I know I shouldn't, because the thing for now, the point into where they know they have probably talk to me, and I'll get a little more into that a little bit, but yeah, but one woman told me that one time was actually last year, actually. Like, that was actually pretty scary, and I didn't want to feel that way. I didn't want to feel like that they couldn't talk to me on that because they're afraid I would get upset. Like, that really wasn't an easy time honestly last year, but honestly, I don't know if it is, but there was one point in 2015 where my app was actually gotten so bad where I either end up causing physical harm actually. Like, I don't know if I should actually said that honestly, but yeah, I end up doing it. I think it's more towards one of my brothers, honestly. I'm not going to say the person, what's his name, honestly, but that was a very scary time. That time, like, I don't even know how it caused a physical and all that. Again, I don't know if I should probably have said that, but even I was terrified, actually, on that, and at least owned up to it, honestly, that even I know that was so bad. There were even a few times, actually, where they were so bad, I ended up just running out of the house. I think the first time that actually started was a time that was definitely a horrible time in my life, which, again, I'm not going to get too much into details, but let's just say it kind of involved a friend of mine, and something that happened, and I ended up really just running out to screaming out the door, crying so much, and there were a couple times where I ended up having like fights with my mom over chores and all that, and I would end up just running out of the house. I was like, man, and thankfully I really haven't done that in years, honestly, thank God. Like I said, that is something I've always have struggled with throughout most of my life, honestly. Not just for the last few years or like done points, but I struggled so much in like 2013 and I think around 2012 to 2014, those were the worst examples. Like, I mean, those times wasn't the time when I thought the physical harm thing, but those were still the worst times in my life. As that happens, I would get upset. Sometimes I would get upset over the simplest things. Honestly, I didn't even know why I did it. And sometimes I was saying, I can't help myself. I can't control myself. Like, I really couldn't control myself. Actually, I really couldn't. It wasn't like making an excuse or anything. It's just something happens. Honestly. Honestly, thank God I did not actually act that way towards school, honestly. Surprisingly not, I didn't act that way towards school, actually. Even when someone would yell at me or whatever, I would not get upset. It was weird, honestly. Except for extending to my anxiety and my depression, those outbursts would make me feel like I'm a terrible and horrible person, and I do nothing but accept my family and all that. Like, it was actually that was really... Again, 2012 2015 was definitely the worst times I felt that way. Even 2016 was also a terrible time on that way. I felt my outbursts were just bothering people, and I felt like I was being like a bar to my family and all that. Like, oh my god. So I'm not asking you, why am I doing this video then? Well, that's because that, believe it or not, this year, so far at least, I have not had not one emotional outburst. Okay, I did have a couple last years, but this year, I don't think I had any emotional outburst at all. Like, earlier today, actually, I assumed in this video, there was one thing that happened that I could have easily exploded, cried, yelled, exploded with emotion. I easily could have done that, but I've kept my cool. I tried to be calm and all that, and I actually felt proud of myself for doing that. And there were many other instances this year where, again, I could have easily exploded and had an outburst and all that. I could have easily just exploded with emotion easily. Whether it's because it was a show I didn't end up doing, or maybe a misunderstanding, or I might have done something I realized I probably shouldn't. But then I kept my cool, no tears came out of my eyes, and I just kept calm, and I took deep breaths. And there's one major thing other than my YouTube channel, and what I feel so proud of, is the fact that I did not have any of these type of outbursts at all throughout the year. I mean, of course, there were times where I actually did yell. I mean, there were definitely times where I did yell and all that, but it wasn't like an actual emotional outburst. Then again, it's more on yelling than anything. I mean, there were times I got like frustrated or I did yell a few times, but it wasn't the point where I actually cried and exploded or anything like that. It thankfully didn't get to that point. And yeah, not once at all this year did I end up having some outbursts as I mentioned earlier. Again, there are many points where I could have easily done that. And I didn't. And the reason I'm doing this video is because, again, I want to relate a lot more and I want to be more personal to you guys and all that. I'm sure one way or another you guys can relate to how I'm feeling, about feeling emotional, and about sometimes it can make you feel like you're bothersome to people and all that. Like, seriously, I used to feel like I was always a bothersome to my family and all that. But thankfully, I don't feel that way anymore. And thankfully now, me and my family are not kind of just laughing it up about my outbursts. But it's like, none of that really mentioned it, and we're kind of like laughing it up nowadays. Which is definitely a plus. Definitely a plus that I can laugh at my outbursts I had nowadays and all that, and how I acted. Because that's a trend, so that's really a great sign showing that how proud I come with controlling my emotions. It gets crazy how much I do really have much control of my emotions, honestly. I don't even know why, honestly. And maybe because of my autism, or kind of feel different by everybody else and all that. Like, I really don't know, honestly. But I'm thankful now that I much better control my emotions and all that. I don't end up crying so easily. And I truly do feel proud of myself and how far I've really come. Yeah, in spite that there may be a lot of times in my life where I kind of feel like I'm not really doing much in my life, I'm not really doing anything. There's definitely not a lot of reasons now. I am grateful, like, my job and the people I work with, the hours I've been getting my job recently, and amount of views and stuff like that in my YouTube channel this year. The fact that I did not have an emotional outburst this year is one thing I truly do feel proud and grateful for. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this discussion on my history of my emotional outburst. If you let me know in the comments down below if you want me to do like more of this type of content, honestly. If you want, I can do more discuss my autism if you want me to do that. Or any, or, I mean, I can do like anything else that's along my personal life and all that. Just let me know in the comments down below if you want me to see me do more of this type of content. I truly do appreciate all your support. And even though my videos don't I can get the best views and all that, I do, like I always say, I do appreciate every single like and view that I get, that you guys were actually able to watch and support my channel. And it really does mean a lot. Like, it means more than you never know. Like, YouTube has definitely been the one huge positive of my life ever since I started. Despite all the emotions I went through, being on YouTube, it means such amazing people, has always been an awesome thing. Again, so as always, thank you so much for watching. I truly honestly appreciate it. If you haven't already, be sure to like this video, be sure to share, be sure to subscribe, be sure to follow all of my social media sites down all in the description down below. I am Samuel One World from Samuel One World Views. I will see you next time, and as always, stay cool, everybody. Peace.